Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Obsession. It's actually mid-October here in southern Wisconsin, and I just received my new final cut from Obsession Bows. It's a shoot-through riser bow. I am going to be shooting this for competition. This is my Phoenix XL this year, so I will be setting this up. Hence, I am in the basement also. I have to edit up the show and get it out to you guys. Like I promised, every 2 weeks we're going to have a new show coming out. So this week's show, we're actually going to have a couple kills on here. An antlerless deer that I took, and Jeff Desotell's wife takes her first deer with a crossbow on film. So that happened in the middle of part of the state earlier here in October. So both these hunts are a little bit earlier in October. You guys will get the chance to see both these hunts. I'm also going to bring you a couple other hunts with a couple, well, one for sure hitless buck that we had an opportunity to see. He actually came in on me. It's a buck I call Freak Show. My nephew's actually hunting him this year. He's kind of like 9 on one side and 6 on the other. Mainframe 6 on one side and like a cactus on the other side. So he's kind of a neat deer, but I'm actually looking for a couple in particular bucks in this area. So we'll see if I get the opportunity to take them later this year. So just so you guys know what's going on in the woods right now. We recently had a cold front come through. Now it's starting to warm up again. Today it's actually 71 degrees. Tomorrow's supposed to be 76, but then we've got a front moving in on the weekend, which will be the 21st. This time of year for me, I've noticed on my cameras a lot of my bigger deer have gone, I don't really want to say nocturnal, but not during hunting hours am I getting pictures of these deer on the cameras like I used to about 2 weeks ago. To me, it's kind of that October lull thing. It happens every year, especially on the property that I'm hunting. In particular, one deer that I had daylight photos of, great big 10 I call 55. He was actually walking daylight when I went to hunt him. He was actually in the opposite spots from where I was hunting, which is normal when you got 15 or 20 stands to choose from. But regardless, he was walking daylight, and I never did get a chance to hook up with him. Now he's nocturnal, so it's just after shooting light. I mean, he's coming in probably 10 to 15 minutes after shooting light. I'm going to show you guys a couple of the videos with the cameras on a scrape, one of the hub scrapes, so you guys are going to see that. But hopefully I'll be able to hook up with this deer in the next 2 weeks. Right now, a lot of guys are telling me that they're seeing deer chasing. Obviously, that's the start of the chasing phase. With the cold front, the colder mornings that we've been getting recently, you guys are going to see the deer definitely moving. Even the evenings, if the temperature drops below 50, they'll get up and move a little bit earlier. So that's kind of what's going on right now. I think the full chase phase will be rolling next week. So I'm going to say probably from October 23rd to 27th or 28th. You guys are going to see a lot of chasing, some 3-year-olds, 2 years old, 3 years old, maybe some of the 4-year-olds or older moving a little bit. Not a ton, but the 3-year-olds seem to be out and about quite a bit in the colder parts of the day right now, and obviously at night. And then, of course, we're going to move into probably a little more of the breeding phase. My favorite time to hunt. Most of my bigger deer have been shot from November 3rd to November 14th. A lot of the deer that you see on video have been shot over those time periods from us here at Rush Outdoors and the Obsession TV show. So be sure to watch for that. I hear Wes White just put down a doe on film, so we're looking forward to getting that footage. I know Steve Goatziger put down another antlerless deer in Minnesota on film, so we're going to have that coming to you in the next few weeks. Hopefully we'll get a few of these good bucks down. Thanks for watching The Obsession. I'll be with you guys in 2 weeks.
So my husband saw the deer coming in. He let me know that it was coming off to the side of me. So I just waited for it to come in where I could see it good, and got about 28 yards, and I just let her have it. So we waited here about a half hour. We're hoping that she looked like a good hit. We weren't quite sure. We'll have to check in the camera later, but look good for now. It's been a half hour. We're gonna go out and give it a try and see if we can find her. So wish us luck and stay tuned.
Standing right in here somewhere, right by this little tree. Look for blood and your arrow.
I see it. I see it.
You found the arrow?
Full of blood.
What?
Solid full of blood.
Alright, check it.
Good job, Black Eagles. My zombie slayers did their job. Solid blood. I'm super pumped. I haven't hit shot one in so long. I've been waiting for this day. Super pumped.
Alright, find blood. Put the, yep, there you go. Stand it straight up and down, find blood.
Right here.
Yep.
Blood right here.
Oh, there's blood right by your feet. All over the leaf, right there.
That's what I said, right here.
Yeah, there's blood all over right here. Alright, follow the blood trail. Got blood? Just take your time, slow down. Okay, yeah, I see it. I see a lot of bubbles in it. Looks like she's bleeding pretty good now. And there's blood everywhere. You might have hit something vital. Got blood?
No, that wasn't blood. So
Oh, I see blood right there. Top of those leaves right there. Yep. Find blood yet? Alright, we lost blood.
Right here's the last piece. So she had to
Right there, right in front of you. Right there. Yep, blood right there. Keep going. Yep. She doesn't know I see the deer. The deer's about 20 yards in front of her.
I see her. I see her.
You got her?
Right there. She's right there.
Are you sure?
I thought that. Can you see? She's right here. She's not moving. Blood everywhere. So, we're sitting there, my husband looks over and sees her coming in. Lets me know, but the sad part was she was coming in downwind from us, so we were really worried we were gonna get busted. But thanks to Scent Crusher, she didn't have a clue we were even there. She came in 28 yards, gave her the smack down, and waited about a half hour, and she came, walked right up to her. Super pumped, haven't gotten a deer in 13 years. I finally broke the crush. So thanks to Black Eagle, did an awesome job on their arrows. I thank Barnett on the awesome crossbow. I had to use that today because I pulled my back out and I'm not able to pull back my bow. But I still wanted to come out, so we set it up with the crossbow so that I could still hunt. Super pumped. Couldn't have done it without my cameraman and husband Jeff. So stay tuned for some more great hunts.
What's going on, everybody? It is October 4th here in southern Wisconsin. I came down to one of the properties I've got in southwestern Wisconsin. It's about an hour drive from my place. We got a predominantly west-northwest wind, which should be blowing straight this direction. We're kind of sitting just on the top edge. I was expecting the sun to be blowing out. But it seems to be kind of swirling in here. It's kind of actually pushing our scent out kind of to the southeast, so I guess it's not so bad. We'll see what happens. What we got behind the camera is a bedding area. It's back off probably a couple 100 yards, but there's a long point that goes out. And they come to these alfalfa fields to feed in the evening. I will shoot a doe tonight. We're expecting some rain tomorrow. This cold front just moved in. Yesterday it was 80. Right now it's 68 degrees. So we got a high pressure followed by a low pressure moving in tomorrow morning. Clouds and rain for tomorrow afternoon. A high of 62. So running the ozonics. Got our scent blocker on. Scent crushed on the way down. Just keep that sun crusher bag in my truck. It works awesome. So just crush your clothes before you're on your way to your hunting area. It's a phenomenal setup. So anyway, we're sitting below a big white oak. I'm actually in a walnut. There's some hickories and stuff around us, but there's a big white oak in front of us. Had been dropping acorns, and there's all kinds of leaves on the ground, so I can't really see how much deer activity there is. There's a rub on the way in. Looks fairly fresh. There's 640 pictures on the camera, but it's been 3 weeks since I checked it, so we can kind of see out to the alfalfa field edge here. We will finish up the interview and go from there. Anyway, like I said, cold front moved in. We should have deer up on their feet tonight. I really don't like the way it's swirling in here, but it's too late to move at this point. Well, it's never too late to move, but we're getting a predominant blow right off this edge. I'll show you guys a band shot here shortly, but hopefully we'll get some deer to move in here. We'll stick around and see what happens. October 4th here in southwestern Wisconsin. We got, I don't know, probably 15 minutes of shooting light left. I had this doe sneak in from below me. She actually went out in the field. You know, she ends up turning around, coming back in, right underneath this white oak tree. Gives me like a 15-yard shot, maybe, could be 12. Regardless, I don't think it's a real big doe, probably a yearling. Anyway, she went about 10 yards, fell over right there, didn't even know what hit her, so. We got about 15 minutes left. You guys can see the lighted knock there in the ground. I'll show you guys the deer in a second here, but she's only about 10 yards away, so. We'll see what happens. Alright, so we came in tonight, it's October 4th. Brian and I were hunting. He was hunting down in this other corner. We had a north-northwest wind, or a west-northwest wind. And about 6 o'clock I had a big adult doe that I really wanted to shoot out of this corner come in, and then apparently this doe fawn. On this property we got a lot of antlerless deer. Brian and I have decided we're going to take a bunch out. So I shot 2 adult does earlier, you guys had seen in the second episode here when we were hunting. And now I shot a doe fawn out of here. I might shoot one more, but my freezer's starting to get pretty full. So it's Brian's turn, he's up next. He's seen a bunch of deer, 15 or 20 tonight. But where we're hunting, we're close to a metro area, and people take their dogs for a walk, and they came and ended up blowing the deer out of the field for Brian, which didn't make him real happy. But we're gonna gut this one, get her cleaned up, and put some more meat in the freezer. Thanks for watching The Obsession. Well, it is October 9th here in southern Wisconsin. And the first thing I have to do is thank the weatherman for being totally incorrect on his wind direction. So, here's what we got going on. I was going to set another spot, and I thought the wind would be wrong for over there. So, I took the extra time and came to this spot. We got a north wind. It should be blowing straight over my left shoulder. And sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. We've got a pretty good wind, speed-wise, so it should say consistent, but it is kind of swirling. It could have something to do with being on the edge of this heavier, thicker woods right behind me, but needless to say, we got the ozonics running. We're in the scent blocker, scent crushed before we came in. You guys can see it's bright out, so there's not a cloud in the sky. We got high pressure over the top of us. The temperature today is 69 degrees right now. It's supposed to drop into the 40s tonight. We'll see what happens here, but we do have a nice new deer that moved in. Big old 10-pointer. I'm gonna call him 55. He's a mainframe 10 with kickers off of both G2s. Not really tall, decently wide, decent mass. I think he's a 4-year-old. We'll see what happens if we get a shot at him or not. This is kind of an exploratory mission, I guess, also. On this plot, we have yet to hunt this spot. We've got lots of pictures of does, a couple of our shooter bucks, freak show, the decent 8, and the big 8. They've all been in this plot, so we'll see what happens. I don't like the wind swirling in here a little bit. We don't have time to move to any other spot, so we're gonna make the best of what we got going on here. It's a marginal wind direction, so like I said, October 9th. It's hard to get deer in front of you right now anyway. We do have a lot of deer on acorns.
been seeing a lot of that. We have a big bumper crop of acorns here in southern Wisconsin. So we're sitting over a green field, clover, chicory mix. It's Maxi Rack G-Force. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get a chance at some of these deer in here. We're not going to shoot a doe in here. If they come in, we'll film them, but we're not going to shoot one. So it's one of these two bucks. It's either going to be 55. The other buck I'm actually hunting, we haven't got pictures on the property yet. He usually moves in here in about 5 or 6 days. Buck I call I've been hunting for a couple of years, so if either one of those deer was to show up, I will shoot him. If not, we're just sitting and watching tonight, so stick around. Hopefully we'll have a good hunt. hillside, looks like a cactus. And he's got 6 on the other side. Decent looking buck. He's not one of the 2 I'd shoot tonight, so I'll let him go. We had him broadside here at 24. That's a nice looking deer, so kind of neat how his rack is like that. Like I said, old 55's in here somewhere. We got about a half hour yet, so if he happens to show up, I'll shoot him.